Do you know that we are born divine beings that are fully empowered, but we're also born into a system that has a lot of conflict and a lot of struggle, and we adopt those things as if they're real. So we have a false sense of having to turn things over to the universe sometimes. And that's also how we give our power away. We're kind of taught to give our power away by looking outside of ourselves because we generally are not brought up with people who can teach us how to go inside, how to feel our body, how to feel who we are, and how to navigate this world in that way. Consciousness and responsibility go hand in hand, and that is where we get our personal power. So, being conscious of how we're making our choices and being responsible for those choices means that we can increase our personal power. What does that kind of mean? Well, we abdicate our power in small ways all the time. Sometimes we're giving it away to a system, like I did for a long time with the medical system, where I kept getting told that, well, I can't find anything wrong with you, but you're in pain. So, but it's nothing. It's just in your head. Well, it didn't turn out to be nothing. It was actually something that needed to be addressed. But I gave my power away to that for a long time until I finally got to the point where I was like, no, I need to address this and I need to find the people who can help me address this as well. Now, there's other really small ways that we can be giving our power away. When you apply for a job, for example, and you don't get the job that you thought you really wanted, what do people often say? Oh, I guess the universe doesn't want that for me. The universe is neutral. It doesn't want things or not want things for us. It's there to hold the vibrational space that you have for the things that you want. So it matters the kind of vibration that you are putting into the request that you want. Are you making a request or a decision out of fear or anger, or are you making it out of love because you're in a good space for yourself? Sometimes we don't know. But to give away that responsibility, we're kind of leaking out our own energy all the time when we say, oh, the universe doesn't want that. It's a very subtle way of giving away our power to something that it doesn't want our power. It is there to hold space to empower us. We also can assume that hardships or lessons that we have to learn are a way to also make us feel better about the things that are happening in our life. When we have this hardship or we have something traumatic happen or something bad, what does sometimes we do? And sometimes people really push this at us that we have to find the lesson, that we have to find gratitude, that we have to find the silver lining right away, right? Except that that's another way that we give away our responsibility for the things that are happening to us because we don't need to do that. We don't need to find the lesson. We don't need to find the silver lining. Sure, maybe somewhere down the road, we can see that there's a lesson. But when we start searching for something else, rather than dealing with actually how we are feeling, that we had an emotional trigger, then we're just giving our power away again. And we're not taking responsibility for the fact that, okay, how are we going to actually deal with this thing that has happened, with this event or this trigger? How are we going to deal with that? That is where you get your power from and how you're going to choose to work your way through it rather than trying to find a silver lining or trying to find the lesson because now we're searching for something that may not exist. And it might not exist for quite some time until you actually worked through those things. So, those are just some little ways that we can give our power away without even realizing that we're doing it.